Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 9, Volume 5. And today we have another tape, another Spanish tape actually. Now I have done a little bit of scanning through this thing, and I have discovered we've got a little bit of data on here, and then some voices from the past. Now I hope they're not speaking rude words in Spanish, but maybe they are. We'll maybe see when the subtitles pop up, so it'll be quite interesting to see that one. Anyway, and the other side is chocker with data. Now I can't quite make it out, the text, but one of them says, I think says tennis. The last part says tennis. The other part says, looks like C-O-G, and then Q-A-R, hair, something or other. Anyway, now it says H, 6H at the bottom. I don't know why it's 6H, but anyway. So, we're going to give that one a blast, and we're going to stick that in shortly, and we can see what's there. But I want to give you a choice. I want to give you a choice for the last, possibly two, or the last episode, or the last two episodes of season 9. So I want to give you a choice, because I've been doing compilation tapes as the last tape of the season, just for fun, just because also we get instructions for a change. So I have two options for you. Hang on. Okay, let me show you the first one. This is the first one, is the great number 4. The great 4. Sorry, 4 great games. Can't even read it, even though it's on front of me. Volume 2 for less than £1 each, and we have on there Battle of the Planets from Microgen, Bubble Run, I don't even know what that is, Discs of Death, and Stainless Steel. Now let's give it to my lovely friend at Dennis Evans from Retrogaming. This is one of the games that I got recently, because I've been getting a few multi-packs, because I've been quite enjoying them actually, especially at the end of What's on the Tape. So we've got a few screenshots there. Nothing I recognise. I don't know. That's quite good actually. That one, stainless steel. I'm sure I've got that on a tape by itself. Anyway, this is Tynesoft, by the way. Let's put this together. So the bottom there, Tynesoft. So we got that one, or alternatively, you can have this one. But this will be a 2-episode one if we decide to do this. This is the mega hits. This is as seen on TV. It says in the top corner. If I can show you, it spins it round sort of at an angle. There we go, at an angle. Mega hits for the Spectrum, and this has 3D Star Strike, Blue Thunder, Wheelie, Son of Blagger, Cytron, and Fall Guy. And I remember getting this one. This is one I did get as a kid with this little collection. I really liked it. It's a huge, massive, great clamshell, and they all load on the 48K Spectrum. And this is the first time I played Wheelie, I think it was. Wheelie came on this one. The first time I played it. So I'm going to leave you with that. This is a 2-parter if we decide to do that one, and the other one is a single episode. So without further ado, though, we're going to put this into a tape drive. Right, the tape is in the drive and we're ready to go. So down to the old load dit. As I say, I do hope that our load speech match speechless. I do hope that our ghost from the past isn't actually saying anything rude, because when we were kids we used to get tape recorders and then we'd say rude things into it and then play them back because they were rude, so that's what we used to do with tape recorders anyway. Okay, so bracing ourselves. I've got my spare tape on standby just in case. Oh, nice solid signal on that one. Very nice. That's excellent. Oh, I have no idea what this is. This is going to be one of them games where I'm not going to know. Hopefully it's not a text adventure. Can you imagine if this is a text adventure? We're absolutely stuffed if it's a text adventure in Spanish. But this will be interesting. So this, I think there's a game, maybe 2 on this side of the tape, and then the other side is absolutely chocker. It's full to the brim. But as I say, there are a little bit of voices, and then there's a lot of silence. So we'll play a little bit of the voices. If you are Spanish and watching this, so actually, to be fair, you might be able to put the translate on. I obviously can't watch the translate right now, but we may be able to put the translate on, see what it is. Ooh. Load and Run 85. Load and Run 85. Never even heard of it. Presento por Load and Run. Kind of like me loading and running it, isn't it? So I've got coffee. I hope you've got a brew. Everybody needs a brew when they're having when they're watching and listening to What's on the Tape. it's kind of a stipulation, if you're chilling out and sort of laying back with it. I would actually realise the other day you probably could just listen to most of this rather than actually watch it. There are a few occasions when you want to see what's on the screen, but it's not quite like a modern day game, with a Spectrum. Hang on, I'll sip this coffee first. Oh, I love coffee. Anyway,
it's not quite like a modern day game. In a modern day game, and I was playing one earlier today for one of my other things that I do, and as I know, you the split audience, half the retro stuff, half the modern stuff, and some of you watch all of it. So I was playing a modern game today, and one of the things that happened is two cars spawned in the distance and then impacted on each other and got flipped in the air. Now that kind of thing, I guess, could happen in Spectrum games, but realistically, when they had a bug of those type, there was no real way to kind of avoid it. It would work or it wouldn't work. It would usually be the end of the game if you got to that kind of bug. I remember playing, what was it, the other day? Night, the one with the night in it. The Space Knight. Do you remember the one? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember what it is. But anyway, it was a game with a Space Knight in it, and there was actually a location within the game that you could jump into, and I did it twice. I've done it twice since I've actually done this whole thing. Twice on one that got lost because of the fact that it failed to go through because of the recording with my drive and whatever else. We went through that a number of weeks ago. My recorder's hard drive failed, so I lost the recording, although I had the sound. But what I was going to say is that there's actually a location that you can get stuck in and you can't jump out of it. However, there is an abort to get out of the game. I didn't realise that at the time, but there is actually an abort button that allows you to skip and reset the whole thing. But at the time, I got stuck, and the first time I played that night game, I can't remember its name. I want to say Spaceman Knight, and I know it's not Space Knight. Anyway, so you can get stuck and do whatever else is. However, talking about nights, actually, and you get stuck, and as I say, that's what I'm saying about Spectrums. It kind of either works or it doesn't work, and if you get stuck, you just hope there's a reset button. I think that's the answer with the Spectrum. I think as well with bugs, there are rumours and there are things of well, not just rumours. There are actual games that just don't work, that are incompletable because of that. I think that the Commodore 64 version of RoboCop literally doesn't have anything past, I think, the third stage or something similar. It's literally made so hard that you can't get past it, and there's nothing past that third stage. Well, certainly that's what I've been told in the comments before about that RoboCop. So I wonder what's after that, actually. I assume it's just blackness. You walk along in a black screen or something similar. Anyway, but yeah, apparently there are games like that where they literally didn't finish them properly, and you ended up with the sort of literally nothing in there. I don't recall any Spectrum games having that kind of reputation. I know there was plenty of games that were extremely hard. I mean, really, really, just not even funnily hard. Just the kind of way you want to pick up the Spectrum and wallop it up and down on the television. Oh, that worked well, didn't it? So it went doo-doo-doo and then stopped working. I wonder if we've got load and run on the PlayZX, because it looked like it was going to load there, but it didn't load. Let's have a look on the old PlayZX app. So, recently we've noticed it has a rewind functionality. They must have updated it and we didn't realise, but that is an excellent function. So it's called load. I'm going to search for the word load and see what happens. Ooh. Load and run. Well, this isn't going well. Let's see if I can search on that again. I don't think it's here. Oh, load and run. Have I got something rare and unknown? Load and run. No. I wonder. Hang on, we'll just do it. We'll have to resort to the old interweb. Let's go to the old interweb and ask the old interweb the question. What about this load and run? ZX Spectrum game called Load and Run. I'm sure it can't be that rare. Load and run. Okay, load and run from Italian Spectrum computing database. This has come up with load and run. Flipper by load. No, load and run looks like they're an Italian. No, they're Italian. That's an Italian development company. Hang on. Issue of this load and run cover tape. It was a cover tape by looks of things. Italian message. I don't know if this is the right thing. Because I've got load and run, but I'm not sure it's the right thing. I'm searching here. If this is what I think it might be, it may very well be a lost in... Load and run looks like a cover tape for a Spectrum. That's what it says here. Load and run issues 1. Italian cover tape, availability none. This could actually be... That actually could be Lost in Action. Can you imagine that if we had Lost in Action? Right, I'm going to rewind it and we'll try it again because that was close to loading. So let's just do that again and we'll try it because if this is issues of this, it looks like it was an Italian sort of loading cover desk. Cover tape of some sort. There's very little detail. It just says load and run issue 1. I'm going to assume it's issue 1. I said 83 on it though, so I'm not entirely sure here. Let me see. There's another name here that comes up, isn't there? There's the name of the company that makes this. So let's see whether we can find this. Ooh. One of these days, something rare is going to come out of this all, you know. Something unknown is going to appear. Something that hasn't been here before. This is and if it is, it needs to be preserved because obviously for the good of everybody else, everybody needs to sort of be able to see whatever it is. If it is something that was commercially available that we want to see. I mean, we're not talking about the programs that have been typed in and saved, but it's quite interesting. We may have hit upon a something different completely. Let's have a look. So we've got that name of that company again there. I'm going to do a search for that whole thing that's there. Load and Run 85. 1985. That'll be right. So this actually could be one of the magazines. Yes, it's the right terminology. Load and Run 85. ZX Electrum. Ooh. Right. Okay. It does look like somebody's actually done something on it. There's a load and run 1985. Let's see if I can find the official Spanish load and run. Right. There's a Spanish one, so that would make more sense. Load and run, Spanish one. Load and run 85. Oh no, maybe not. No, it's actually there's a developer called Load and Run. That's a weird one. This is a weird one. 85. I found one here that says Load and Run 85. It looks very much like a visual screen utility to make things zoom in and out. The tape looks like it's available. 1985 from Spain. Load and run. This looks like we've got an app here of some sort. Let's have a little look. I'm just going to look at the pictures. Yeah, it looks very much like this could be an app for making... Basically, how you see how the text is actually zoomed out there? It actually looks like that this may be an app for making text zoom out. I just find the name of the company is interesting because I can't seem to find anything related to them. That's the thing that's interesting me more than anything else. We'll give it another load. We'll see. If it doesn't work, it's no, it's not Cyclone. Right. It looks like the word that we've got at the top name there is the Spanish for cyclone. So Cyclone presents Load and Run. Well, so we discovered something else here. So it's Cyclone software. Right. Well, if it's Cyclone software, we can have a look at that. Cyclone. It only comes up with Cyclone the game, which is a really good game actually, to be honest with you. I'm hoping this loads. I got fingers one truly crossed, but I don't know. We'll see. There was a little bit of funny noise at the end there, so I don't know. I don't know where we're getting to with this one. I think we might lose this one here in the annals of time, but that's quite interesting. I'm not 100% convinced we haven't got something here that's unknown, and it would be lovely to see it load if it is unknown. But we'll see. Right, sip of coffee. there are new things being found. I say all the time, but there are new things being found. I'm sure that there was at least 3 or 4 different Spectrum games that had never been on the sort of common market and sort of been available or very slow or very sold very poorly that appeared recently. So, and people, yeah, it does that, and then disappears. Is there anything after it? Yeah, there's like a little gap there. There's like a little bit of data at the end of it, and a blub blub blub, and then whatever else it is. It's like somebody's broken that one up. That's a bit of a shame, actually, because I don't think we can find it. Normally, I like to load these things, to sort of see what they are. But we haven't got anything there. Let's see what's after it, just for the hell of it, and see what happens. I have no idea what that is. There's some interesting things going on here with this week. Is that it? It's gone very quiet. Oh. We have voices from the past. Are you ready? This is one of my favourite parts of the whole thing. It's been a while since we've actually had some voices from the past, but we do have a few sort of whispers occasionally. So I've got the tape deck out. Hang on, I'll get the tape deck out. I'm going to push the plate now. I'm hoping very much that they're not saying anything rude. So I do apologise if they are saying anything rude, but I don't think they are. I think they're just doing that general chat thing, when we used to record. Because that was the thing, we didn't have like mobile phones as they do have nowadays, and we would record on this and it would be fun. So let's press the play button.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Yo me llamo Vicente. Ah, sí. Gatita. Qué guapita estás. Sí, porque tú no me notas. Ahora va a hablar Julio. Ven, Julio, habla, corre.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I'm not sure what they're saying.
Yo estoy muy bien. Oye, papá, ¿has cenado ya?
I think they're telling... I tell you what I think they're doing. I think they're telling a story. I think that's one of them children's type stories, and they're trying to discussing it with each other. To be fair, that's all that's on that side of the tape. Probably some things that we really wanted to see, but we can't see because they're not loading. Let's rewind the other side and we'll do that. But yeah, very interesting. A little bit of Ghosts from the Past. We love a bit of Ghosts from the Past. You never quite know what you're going to find with the Ghosts of the Past. We've had TV, we've had radio shows, which is really useful actually, because they usually had little recordings and snippets of blasts of data things. One of them we had a while back was this micro sort of blast of one sort. Was a testing program that you could use. It was a basic program that was multi sort of compatible. If you had the program and the code, you could put it on a Commodore 64. You could put it onto a ZX Spectrum, you could put it onto an Amstrad CPC, and you basically could run this test, and it by timing it with actually physically timing it with a timer, you could actually tell how long it took, and it could show it was a stress test of the processor. I know it's kind of weird thinking about a stress test of the processor because they were kind of certainly the Commodore was a slightly different beast to the Spectrum, and obviously the Amstrad was the same Z80 Zilog processor, but there was that change that they wanted to show something stress testing. So even back then they were doing that whole performance testing to see how it ran. Even back then it was one of those was a thing. I never realised that until we did that radio program with the microcode in it. It was really interesting that one particular episode in that sense. I also think that that was the one where we had the I think it was the guy. I don't know whether it was from Newcastle or Durham. I can't remember. It was certainly from the northeast, who went grave robbing, which is really weird. That was a news report that was on there. It was a very very surreal episode, that one. If you actually find that episode, and I can't remember which one it is, it's on there. I've put the recording on there. You can download it and you can listen to it yourself. So fingers crossed. It's something of. That's not good. I'm not doing very well with these. I don't even know what that is. Programmer to whatever it is. Let me search on the old mobile phone. It's not been a very good episode for this so far. Sorry, I do apologise, but that's the thing with what's on the tape. I've said this before, and I keep on saying this, and it's nothing new for what's on the tape. What's on the tape is one of these series where it crashes, it breaks, it doesn't work. These are tapes that are very old. They often, in the case of these ones have come from Spain. So they spent a long time in Spain, and now they're spending a lot of time in the box waiting for me to play them. But they came from Spain. I mean, and they've been there for 40 plus years probably. In the case of that, 1985. It's a long time to be sitting in a box somewhere. So yeah, you can kind of forgive them, and as much as you clean the tape drive, as much as you do other things. That's better. He says. Yes, that's much better. Brilliant. Right, but they've been sitting in a box for donkey's years, so no idea what they are. I think this is going to fail. I think this is a tennis game. Yes, it's Konami Tennis. This is going to fail, though, by looking at the top of the screen there. If I remember rightly, this isn't a bad tennis game, actually. From memory, that is. Might Lord? I don't know, we'll see. It's been a long time since I've played Konami Tennis. I have this, I think, in my Hit Squad collection. I'm just looking behind me to see the Hit Squads. I may have it on the shelf. This is what happened last week. I do apologise, by the way, to people who send me stuff sometimes. Filing and sorting into orders is not one of my strong points. It really should be, but it really isn't one of my strong points. I like to see it, and I'm bizarrely. I'm not bothered by piles. I quite like a collection of things, sort of in not necessarily the right order. It just the enjoyment for me is to collect and see and look at and touch and whatever else is. And it's a bit like, I like to think of it as reading an old school encyclopedia. Remember when you used to read encyclopedias? So you'd be in the encyclopedia, and you'd be in the section on, I say, chlorophyll for the way that plants absorb light. So you're in that section, you're looking through it, and then you get to another bit, and it'll go, oh, and there'll be something in there that will be referenced something else in the encyclopedia. So it would say, why are plants green, or something similar, and you would go off and find. I think I've got that wrong, by the way. I think chlorophyll's the reason why they're green. But anyway, either way, it'd be something else would drive you off somewhere else. Now my collection's a bit like that, so I will go looking for Konami Tennis. Hit Squad version, which I think was kindly added to my collection by Dave Birdsall, who basically needs a copy of Darkman, would give probably a right arm and I don't know, some bodily fluid for one. But I will go looking for that, and then I'll find something else. I'll go, oh, I'll put that to one side and I'll play that. And I do, and it does actually end up that kind of way, and that's what happens. So I'm just looking over at the other shelf where I've got some that Dave sent me. I know they're there, so I do apologise to people, but my mania for sort of collecting things, it does of course mean that I end up with a few duplicates occasionally, because I'm really bad at working out whether I've got it, and so it's all by memory as well. I have no lists, don't do lists either. It's just not my... to be fair, no, I lie. I do have a list for my Master System games. That's the only thing I have a list for, only because they're getting to the expensive ones now, and really can't afford to be duplicating the £150 ones. Anyway, hang on, let me look. I'm looking. I'm just having a stare over here right now. I feel like I've got it. I don't know. Hang on. Do you know what? I don't think I do. Oh, unless hang on. One more place. You stay there. Hang on. I'm over here. I'm having a look. Oh, for the life of me, I thought I had that one. I've got Star Wars. Found Star Wars. Right, no idea. I could have sworn I had it, actually, to be honest with you. I've probably traded it away, to be honest, because although I like to collect all the bits and pieces, I'm not a big Hit Squad collector, so I may have kindly donated it to another Hit Squad owner, because I'm not that bothered about them. I know they're getting quite expensive now, but it's not a collection I'm really particularly interested in collecting. maybe just me, but I'm just not. I like them. They're pretty enough. You know, they look nice when you've got them a nice queue and whatever else. But I'm not a big hit squad collector. I'm not particularly anything actually when it comes to Spectrum stuff. I do have. Yeah, there's a lot of breaks in this stuff. Oh my god, it worked. Oh wow. Right, okay, options. Number 4. I can't actually believe that loaded there. Number 1, player controls. Yes, keyboard. 3 to redefine. Up, down, left, right. I assume that's hit, so we'll do that. 3 for menu. Wow, it loaded. We actually got a game out of this. Wow. Love on the edge of the screen, because it's nothing. Alright. Now I've hit it. I'm swinging wildly. Got to watch the. There we go. Out. Oh, he's got a point. He's got a point. There we go. Got it. Oh, I've whacked it out though. I've hit it too far. It's not a bad tennis game. Match Point's better, I think. Is it Match Point? I think it's Match Point, isn't it? So it was the Sinclair one. This is the thing, though, back in the 80s. One of the things, 70s and 80s of gaming, when you get into those gamings, they just try to emulate existing sports. And there's nothing wrong with emulating existing sports. I've scored some points. But that's what they did. They did a lot of emulation of existing sports. We basically got. Here we go. We basically got, you know, snookers and tennises and footballs and American footballs if you're in the United States, and you got all of these things. They were all just emulations of those. Oh, he scored. Emulations of those. Wow, that was a shot, wasn't it? Whack that one, good style. Get that one back. Yeah, but they were just emulations of that. Then, or board games. Board games was the other thing that they emulated. But that was interesting because some of those really were actually quite helpful. If you think about strategy games that they redid. Oh, net. Strategy games that they did. Or Fault. It's net, actually. No, Fault? Net, I would have thought. But anyway, they used to, you know, strategy games were quite good because at the end of the day, that avoided you having to do the mathematical calculations of moves that you might have had with other games, if that makes sense. So this is going to be a long game if this is to six sets each. It really is. It's going to be ages. Or 3 sets, should I say. That's going to be a very long game. Anyway, but yeah, we used to have those kind of, you know, those that was quite handy. You know, sort of if you take the Rebel Stars of the world and sort of the laser squads and all this kind of stuff. I'm choosing all Julian Gallup ones there, but even chess itself meant you didn't, you know, it was all. It's, you know, chess against the computer was whatever else is. But I'm thinking of there are some strategy games and I can't think of one off the top. Was it SCL or SSL, whatever it is. Basically, they took book things like Dungeons and Dragons type things and turned them into games, so you didn't have to do the calculations for you, which is actually really good. And role-playing games still are a staple of gaming, even in the PC generation. However, to be fair, I personally prefer them when they're called procedural or random. Basically, I'm going to quit here because I'm not going to play 3 sets of tennis badly. So, but that's quite good. Actually, quite surprised that one blooming loaded. I thought we were going to get stuck there with that one, but no, it loaded. So let's go for the next one. Let's see what it is. I'd love to know what that load and run thing was. Now there's data there, but there's no just straight off. So it's been recorded over. So let's fast forward a little bit. And there's a space now. Okay, cool. That's not going to load. Yeah, didn't think it would. Let's do a new and try this one again. Yeah, that was a bit speculative when it came up with corrupt. As I said to you, it doesn't really. There's loading wise. You're either loading or not. Oh, AQXX whatever dynamics. Quiramides, something like that. Quaramedes? Arami? Oh, I can't pronounce it anyway. Whatever that is. There's data being loaded there. Let's go back and let's... Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap to the other tape drive. I'm going to get the other second tape drive, just so we can turn the volume up a little bit, because sometimes you want to do that, and it's something you can't do on a ZX Spectrum Plus 2, because there's no volume switch. It's just one set volume, which is a little annoying, I guess, realistically. So we'll swap it over. We'll reset the specky, and we'll go from there. So let me just move that out of the way. I must move the remote control out of the way, so for the recorder. Don't knock it. Don't want to keep that on. We don't want to have a little break in the middle here when we're getting straight into it. So, right. And don't forget to make a choice below about which compilation tape you want to see next week as well. We've got, as I say, we've got the 4 great or the mega hits. That's it. But if you get the mega hits, you get 2 episodes, because I'm doing it all at once. Because it's just so many games and so many ones to enjoy as well. Because it was ones that I had back in the day. The other one was one that was kind of I was looking. I'm just gonna turn that up a little bit. Yeah, fingers crossed. Don't know what this is. Not heard of it. It's probably something else that I should know what it is. Well, that's proper crashed. Whatever it is, it's proper crashed. Let's have a little look and see if we can find it. What was that called? I'm trying to find it now and I can't remember how it was spelled. Q with a Q, wasn't it? It's a Dynamics one, isn't it? So let's have a look, see if we can find. Let's see if we can find the name of this one just quickly. If we can get it on PlayZX, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. We've only had a bit of tennis thus far, so. Let's find the company's name. I should have written it down before I actually did whatever else it was. Dynamics. QR, whatever it is. That looks good. What's it called? Dynamics. Right, okay, I think I found it. 2012, really? Is that how you spell it as well? Right, I'm going to try spelling this and see if we can see if it's in here, because I was totally misspelling, which is probably the reason I couldn't find it. QR. I think it's like comedies or something like that. Aye. Nope, it's not in PlayZX. What a surprise! Is it on somewhere else? Can I find this game for us? Because this one from the looks of things could be quite interesting. It looks like, though, from what I can see here, it looks like from here. Oh God, wow! That's some looking game. It looks great, but it's all. No wonder we unplayed it. It's because it's in Spanish. And it looks like a text adventure in Spanish, which is not going to be much good to us. So that we're gonna struggle with that one, as they say. I think I have found a copy of it. Am I allowed to download it? Do they have a tape version of it? They do. It's all Spanish. Different case, tape version of it. Let's see if I can get this to work quickly. Let's do it while I've got you. You stay there, right? I'll do seconds. I'm going to do some IT stuff. It's all IT. We're doing the alternate version of whatever it is. Let's just see if I can chuck this in here. Let's see if I can get it. See if I can get it on my phone quickly. I've got to get to my phone so that I can play it back for you. It'd be nice if I could play it on the computer, actually. We'll need to look into that at some point. Don't just be able to do it on the computer. So let me just let's just send myself a copy. That's the easiest way. Let's do that. Send myself a copy. Let's attach it, and we'll chuck that on there. What an interesting. It looks really good. Let's just hope it opens just as fast as I'm sending it to myself here. Send without subject. Yes. I should just put it in my Dropbox. My Dropbox is absolutely full. I don't know if you're like that, but my Dropbox is absolutely stuffed to the brim with stuff. I'm just rubbish, absolute rubbish. Let me just save this. Yep, just gonna download it. Oh, it's downloaded. Right, okay, 2 seconds. PlayZX. Let's get the PlayZX open. Sorry, I'm making you sit through this. Just talk amongst yourselves. You look that way, and I'll look this way, and then we'll do whatever else is. So if I go local, select, browse. Oh. I've got to allow it to do something in my blooming settings. Right, okay, leave it there. We'll come back to that one. We've got it anyway, so we might just omni that one later. Let's see what else we've got on this tape while I do that. Sorry for making you sit through that there. Listening to me sort of trying to get it to work. So we've got sound there. Let's fast forward this on a bit. I think that's still that game loading. It looks like it's a bit of a monster actually, size-wise. I think we've got plenty of it. I think there's plenty of data there for the whole thing. That's the screens loading by some things. Alright, we're going to get coffee in a second. We're going to get the coffee blasted. I'm not having a good time with it. This is atypical of what's on the tape. Sometimes it just works, and sometimes we just have a nightmare. Oh, knocked a cable. It's alright. There's a lot of loading going on there. Aha! Oh, just data. We'll just see if it loads this bit. We'll see if it goes from there. I don't know. We'll have a look. We'll see if it does that. I'm still fiddling with my files here to see if I can see this thing. I'm just looking at my downloads. It's there. It's there. Why can't it see it? From Gmail. Yeah, I know it's from Gmail. That might be the end of that one. We'll see if I'm still trying to see if I can get it into there, but we'll see if this will load something else while we're... Yeah, okay. Something else is loading. Oh, it's the same game. Ah, right, okay. We're not having the best luck with this one, though. If this is the same game over and over again, I can probably see why. It's not working. A lot of background noise. Right, add. Select. Oh, right, okay. I haven't given it permissions. That's why it won't work on my phone. I don't know why it needed permissions, but it needs permissions. So I need to open my settings on my phone. This is annoying. And this is what it is. I bet it's absolutely jam-packed. Let's put the load date. I bet this tape is jam-packed now with versions of this. Let's just keep trying that. What do I need to do? What's it saying? Apps and notifications. Right, okay. Apps. Allow apps. How annoying. I'm looking at the apps now. Yes. Find the app, go on, PlayZX. So they've changed the app, and obviously they've not asked for permissions to do certain things again on my phone, which is really annoying. So, what does it need to do? No positions allowed. It needs allow. Bloody hell! How annoying! Storage is allowed. Good. Right. Let's see if we can get to it. Because I want to see this game now that we've basically got 20 copies of the blooming thing. Let's do this. Cancel. Select. Hey, blooming heck. That took a second. I have found. Select. Add. I have now got it in there. Right, I've got that there. Let's cancel this mission. Let's do the one from the actual tape now, from on the PlayZX, and then we'll go back to this and we'll see what we can find, because we've been at that for a while now. Let's just swap this over. And you just sat through me being stupidly doing all those things. Let's go for it though. Here we go. Whoo! Wipe sweat from brow. It was a sweaty one, this one. I was pushing it there with that one. It took a little bit of fiddling to get it working, but we're there. And we've got a better loading screen, if you ask me, as well, because we've got the little timer and all the other stuff. I think those just didn't go past last time round, so that was the reason. It's got a nice slow timer, that one. Decent load time, but we should be okay. I don't think we're going to be able to work out anything, because I think we'll need to do the Spanish version of Open Door and North, South, East, West. Is Spanish North still Spanish in Spanish? Or is, sorry, English North still... I don't know. You know what I mean, though, don't you? Right, sup of coffee. Oh, God, I love coffee. Oh, it looks cool, doesn't it? This is one that looks like it needs a translation, doesn't it? If it's only in Spanish, this feels like it should have a translation, doesn't it? Or it's maybe just me. Definitely feels like it should have a translation into English. I've been joined by a small bouncy child. He's bounced off. His mum's outside. She's decided oh blooming heck. She's on a mission. I'm on a mission to get this blooming thing to work. It's driving me nuts, this. Omni at the end of this, right? Omni is going in. Right, let's get this tape back in the drive and let's get on with seeing if there's anything else on here. I'm going to Omni this at the end. I don't like doing the Omni if I can help it. Not because there's anything wrong with the Omni, but just because it means sort of kind of unpacking and repacking everything again, because I don't keep the Omni out by default, because it's a nice machine, but I like to use the old Sinclairs themselves. So let's just do a bit of fast forwarding here and see if we can get to something else. This will be where it's, as I say, 20 copies of the same game on it. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Oh, bit of silence. No, bit more data. I'll just fast forward on a bit. Oh! Something else! I hope something loads though, because we've had a long space there with nothing loading again. Des protection software, something or other. Right, okay. Wow, I'm loving the screen change. Oh, that's a new loader on me. Look at that! Look at that! It's rotating the colourings as it loads. That's a pretty sweet effect. Oh, I like that one. The pink and the yellow just was a good colour there. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like... Oh, wow, that's a great looking loader. Is this Savage? This could be Savage, I think. I'm not sure this is going to load, though, because look at the square blocks in amongst it all. Or maybe it will, I don't know. Well, fingers crossed, it might load. Savage is one of these particularly pretty looking games. Or was it Savage? Was Savage dynamic? I can't remember. It looks like he's saying Shazam, though. That would make him a Marvel character. Shazam! Well, actually, it probably doesn't, because I think Marvel stole for somebody else. But Marvel? No, sorry, DC. DC, gosh, mixing up my genres. Mixing up my comic book creators. Well, I'm pleased we've got something else that's on its way, hopefully, to load, because it'll be good to get through a few things for a change. It's really annoying when things don't load, though. So, but yeah, at the end, that Aquamids. There. Aquamides. Yes, Aquamides. I don't know. My brain is just can't cope with the spelling of things like that. I do like that though. That's a lovely touch, isn't it? It's not one that I've seen before. Anyway, I've got my coffee, so I'm having another sup. I'll have a little coffee. Oh. My legs twinged again. I'm having a bit of a bad time at the moment with my back. I think a few weeks ago. I did something to my back, and I'm pretty much convinced now that I've got sciatica, which is the case. And I sort of hurt my back quite badly. Or hurt myself, and I got sciatic nerve upset. So I had pins and needles down my legs, and they prescribed me some quite hard drugs, which obviously no good for me because I need to drive and I need to still work like everybody else. I mean that's life. It's the way it is. So we had to do that. Anyway, it cleared up for the most part. I still get a few pins and needles, so it's cleared up for the moment. And then a couple of days ago, I moved. I dared to move. I was sitting upright, having a cup of coffee before getting ready for work. I moved and I got spasms in the top part of my back all the way across. And today, as I said, the wife is in the garage doing is tidying up. It's one of her things. She'll tell you she hates cleaning up, but she seems to be in there quite a lot cleaning stuff up. So I'm come to think that, and I don't think it's the reason to tidy up. There wasn't really a reason. It was perfectly reasonable, But remember, I do say I like piles. And then she wanted some shelves put in there, so I started putting the shelves together. I knew it was a bad idea. I got one set of them shelves done, and now I've got more pain in my back and in my leg for some reason. So I'm going to assume it's the sciatic nerve again, and I've done myself a mischief again with the thing. I think, have we hung? Yeah, I think we've hung. It's hung, and I don't know what that game is either. What is that game? I can't. Can you work it out? I can't work out the text on that one. We're having one of them sessions. Let's see if I can work this one out as well. See if this is on here. I don't think it is, to be honest with you. S-C... E-R-Z... No, easy... Oh, God. It's not a good one. It's not a good one. I have no idea what that one was. I haven't. I've lost track of where that one is. So whatever that is, we've failed to do again. Right. Okay. Carry on. Let's see if we can. I can feel victory. It's gonna come. We're gonna have victory. I've just realised you can do up. I've always done down, down, down because it just seemed logical to go down, down, down. But you can it actually loops round. After all this time, I'd realised you can loop round. Look at that. Right. Okay. Let's go for it again. We've just wound it a bit. Let's fingers crossed. There's a lot on here. None of it blooming loading, which is really annoying. Really, really annoying. What are you doing? OLE or 0LE. Is that a game as well? What game is that? That doesn't appear in PlayZX's database either. And now we've got silence. And I know for a fact there's more data on here. It's a very mixed up tape, this one. Let's have a little look. I know there was more on here than that. That can't be the only thing. I definitely heard data. That's not good. I think we're empty. Doesn't teach me not to return. To be fair, there's only a smidge of the tape left. There's only a teeny bit because we've asked all them Archimedes things or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what that game was. It's really annoying me, that actually, the other one. Let's have a little fly past here. I knew there was a little bit more data on it. It's right at the end here. Ah, okay. So Cyclone again. Screen, okay. Brace yourselves, this is like right... There's like a huge gap, and then there's this part at the end of the tape. This could be another load and run thing. Possibly. I'm hoping one of these works. Load and run 85. This is the one that was on other side of the tape. But I wonder if that's there. The one was on the other side of the tape because there's very little space left on this tape now. There's teeny amount of tape. Come on. Right, I have a plan. Swap it back to the other tape deck. Let's use the tape cassette adapter and let's just give it a try. I think there was one episode recently when we had just R-Type, didn't we? That's all that loaded. R-Type was the entire episode was pretty much one game. R-Type, I think it was, and then there was a couple actually where been pretty harsh when it came to actually get them to load. Just sort of a struggle to get the things to work. Let's see what happens here. Let's hope this one works. No. Right, okay, here we go. I've turned the volume up, changed the tone a little bit. Nope, doesn't like that, too loud. Let's just turn it down. No, it's just not going through, is it? It's just not loading. I can't even tell you what it is because I can't. Beyond what I think it's an application. From what I've read, I don't think it's a game itself. I think that yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's an application and that's all it is. I don't think there's anything else left on that tape though. Looking at the size of it, let me just have a little look. Let's have a little look. Oh God, it's stuck. Hang on, there we go. Oh, right. Well, we ain't going any further with this one. It's just hoid its guts out inside the tape deck. It's just chewed it all up, and there is nothing. Well, it's still in working shape, but it's now sort of more concertinaed than actually tape. Yeah, that one's over. When tapes that wind themselves around the inside of your tape decks don't go back in. To be honest, very old. Not unexpected, but there we go. There was a teeny bit of tape left. Oh wow. And I can see why. The thing is just completely... The mechanism has completely jammed. It doesn't even move anymore. Wow. Whatever's happened inside that tape has absolutely finished it off. That's it dead. Oh. Right, I feel really bad. So we're gonna have that one. We're gonna have that one. But let's see what's on the shelf beside me because we've got stuff on the shelf beside me. I don't know what's gonna load though. Let's give it a try. Oh, I don't know if this will load, but we'll give it a whirl. Yeah, right beside me. Because we had Kung Fu Master the other day. Let's just try this one because it's here and it's beside me. I don't know if it'll load or not, but we'll give it a try. It's called. It's a player's game. It's called Tomcat, so let's give Tomcat a go. It looks like, I don't think I've played this one. It's been on the shelf for a while, so we might as well play it. I quite like players' games. They're the people who did Joe Blade, Eagle's Nest. I quite like them. I quite like those games. I quite like them from it. It got a crash. Joe Blade got a crash smash. Shanghai Warriors didn't. We got that, and we're going to give that Aquamedes thing a go. So I'm reading the instructions really, just having a quick look at it. Load it in 128K. You've got to load it from the loader. What a surprise! So let's give that a load. I hope it loads. It should do. It's not a new tape, but it's at least it's an original tape. There's no reason why it shouldn't load. he says, looking at the screen, going whizzing past. This is the problem with them. The age of tapes can be a real pain with whether or not they actually load or not. The tape itself, the case and the inlay looks lovely, but the tape could be sat on a speaker for ages and slowly degraded. The tape itself could be stretched. There's lots of reasons why they may or may not actually work. I think it's a shoot 'em up, actually, from the looks of things. Well, to be fair, it will be, because is it the F14 Tomcat? Is that the one? The F14? That's a bad start. That is a bad start. I thought I would just try again before we finish while I was there, because I grabbed one the other week and it went fine. We'll see if this one works. I'm just rewinding into the other side. We'll give it a try from the other side. You never know. That might be the difference between working and not working. If not, I've got PlayZX. I might play that. As long as it doesn't jam in the drive, we're all good. And tape drivers and a tape deck. They got all tape deck. Remember those things? That was the thing, though. Do you remember going around Dixon's when you were back as a kid? And not only were we looking at the Spectrums and the tellies and whatever else it was, we were looking at hi-fi units and ghetto blasters. Do you remember that? That was the thing, wasn't it? You'd go around and there was the Amstrad ones and the Matsui ones and all of those other ones that were sort of homegrown ones, and then of course you had the high-end sort of Sony type ones that were there. But there was always those hi-fi units. They were almost as cool, because I remember graphic equalizers, when people thought graphic equalizers cool, and there were loads of those graphic equalizers there, and everybody just ended up putting them in the middle or whatever else it is, or turning up one rather than using just tone and bass, which is just pretty much the same thing, to be honest. In my mind, any sound engineers out there, I understand there are some subtle differences. For me, I'm not that good with sound, realistically, so there isn't anything exciting from my point of view. The blazing backdrops and scintillating sprites, the eye, by the eye, I guess there is the eye. Critical code and design by Dave Bunny Burrows. I assume because his last name's Burrows, he's a bunny. So blazing backdrops and scintillating sprites, the eye. Scintillating sprites by the eye. Brilliant name. Love it. Right, coffee. We're finishing off the last of the coffee. And we're going to get the Aquamedes game. Aquamedes. I'm going to go with Aquamedes game working. I think that's the one to try. And we'll get that one shortly. You'll hear dishes being moved. My wife has moved from the garage now into the kitchen and doing dishy things. So we've moved on from cleaning the garage. We're doing the dishes now. I think I feel bad now because I should have done the dishes, but I've been busy doing what's on the tape instead of doing dishes. So I don't think I'm in the doghouse though. Well, to be fair, that's probably a nice place to be anyway, because the dogs have a lovely little house, and they've got a nice little bed under the stairs. I could easily curl up in there, it'd be no problem at all. And they get fed and watered and everything. And I think their entire hobby is sleeping. I think I could do that. Sleeping, occasionally barking at random things that go past outside. Leaping off furniture, sleeping on furniture. Barking at postmen, or actually completely ignoring the postman, then barking at random space. I don't know if anybody else has got dogs like that, but mine do that. They bark at random sort of, I don't know, any old stuff that goes past the things. 1988, Strange Science. What a great name for a computer game company. I really like the name of that. That's a good name. Right, where are we? Let's define the keys. Number 4. It's number 4. So right, left, down, up, fire. Space button. Yes, play the game. I'm looking forward to this one. Ooh, lovely big sprite. Hang on, they're firing at me, I think. And it's very hard to see that. Yeah, they are firing at me. And you can't see the sprite. You can't see the shots very well, which is a bit of a shame. I've got twin guns now. So I've got to be careful not to hit the totally invisible sprites, unfortunately, that are the bullets. Wow, that's actually really tough. I mean, it looks great. To be honest with you, that looks great. That sprite there at the bottom is blooming brilliant. I will admit that is absolutely spot on looking sprite. But you can't see what's shooting at you. Which is really tough to play when you're playing a game. If you can't see the bullets, I saw them there. It's a really nice sprite though. It runs really nicely that way. How many lives do we get? I think I'm out of my lives. There, game over. Impossible to see. I would love to see that on something else though, where you could actually see the sprites, see the things. Impossible to play because look at these first ones here. This one here fires missiles in a straight line. 2 fire. Don't think they fire directly at you unless you get in their sort of footwell, if that makes sense. Footwell. What am I talking about? The line of sight, even. Why am I talking about footwells? I don't know, just completely lost it. Right, so there's one here. Yeah, it's pretty tough to see their gunfire. It would have been. Do you know the one thing that it should have done with this is maybe change the colour of the shot sprite, the shots that are coming out of it, and it wouldn't matter if they colour clashed with it. If you made them sort of, big glowing sort of different coloured dots, it would have been great. Look at that. I'm gonna comment on this though, because look at the great. Oh god, the homing missiles as well. The homing bullets. Look. I've got 3-way fire now. That's not gonna matter if I keep on dying. I've got missiles. Oi, that'll be handy. So I've got that. But as I was going to say, there's homing bullets there as well, which is even worse. They were actually tracking around me. It was really hard to see. I like the graphics. It's just a shame, as I say, that if they'd gone with the colour clash and just let it happen, I think it would have been better for the game and just for the bullets, because the bullets are just impossibly difficult to see. I mean, and there was just no way to get past them. That was just horrendous. Right. So, for instance, I'm looking. You can see them when you're over the water, which is much easier because there's a gap there. But you can't see them any other way. It's really tough. I've just been hit there and I didn't even see it. Get a limited time with the weapons, it seems. No sound effects that I can hear. Doesn't mean there aren't any. Okay. When you've got... Oh, I can hold the fire down. I was tapping it, and you can hold it. That one's fired homing bullets. Watch these bullets. Follow me. See the bullets at the bottom there, following me. Look at that. That's pretty harsh. That is pretty harsh. That is really harsh. Great looking game. Shame about the bullets. Yeah, no, it's excellent. Right, okay. So bear with me. I'll be back in a second with hopefully with this this Arqued Medes thing, which is going to be a language I can't actually work out. But anyway, we'll give it a try. I'll see you soon. Right, I'm back. Unfortunately, just to finish off a very disappointing tape, I can't get the game to actually load on my Omni. I've had it in 48k mode. I've had it in, I'm just going to show you here, I've had it in 48k mode. There's two different versions. I've tried both of them. They all come to the same point. They crash right there, so I can't even show you it. But it is a text adventure, graphical adventure actually. There's lots of graphics in each room, but it's all in Spanish, so I wouldn't have been able to actually play it very well. But anyway, yeah, sad way to leave it. At least you got some other episodes, and you still have that choice between the Great Four or the mega hits one. So we've got those anyway to look forward to. So next week another tape. I've got a couple from Douglas that are just calling my name, so we might go with those. So anyway, I've been your host, Real G98 Demon. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week. Bye bye now.